welcome to JazzedTutorials! So, we are back in Adobe Illustrator. I have not used Illustrator in quite some time, and it's mainly because I don't really use it that much. There's not much to really do in Illustrator on a Photoshop end. I don't really have the knack for drawing and stuff, so it's not really my forte. I mostly use Illustrator for 3D effects, text effects, and all that stuff, so that's typically what you'll see from Illustrator from me. Alright, so today I want to share with you a simple tutorial on how to make a stack of sticky notes. Why, you ask? I don't know why. I just randomly thought of this tutorial and thought it'd be cool to share. So I will show you how to make a 3D stack of sticky notes, or post-it notes, whatever the hell you want to call them. So we're going to grab our rectangle tool. And in Illustrator, all of our tools are kind of morphed into one over here. We're going to grab the rectangle tool here, and I'm going to make a perfect square of such. We'll go with that size, sure. Okay. Now in Illustrator, they already give you a preset 3D effect that looks sticky note-like, so I'm going to use that. I don't know how many versions of Illustrator have this effect, but I have it, so I used it. So I hope you guys do as well. If not, then I don't know what I can tell you guys, because I haven't come across this issue quite yet. Alright, where the hell is my effects window? Window 3, okay, stop. Alright, so now we have to go find our lovely 3D effects window, and I believe there's somewhere here. Aha, 3D effects. Okay, found them. Yeah. So we are using the effect that's not, put you over here, pin you here. Okay. I'm going to be using this one here. It's 3D effect 11. I don't know if that's something you guys have, but again, if you don't, well, yeah. You can actually make this, I would assume, if you have the 3D window, you just go to I think it's Effects 3D, and then you click Extrude and Bevel, and you'd basically do the same thing, and I can show you exactly what that would be. So Extrude Bevel, and if you click here, all it is, hello, alright, it's basically angle 45 degrees on the top, and the middle is 1 degree, and the bottom is 0. My extrude depth is 10, and I have it pointing like that. Alright. Now, it comes with a custom color, but I don't like that purple. It's not sticky note-like, so we're going to go and change that up just a tad. So, let's go to our color swatch. I'm still getting used to this stupid sidebar because it's an updated version, and the updated version is, different than the other version I had. Alright, here we go. So, I'm going to pick, hello, okay. Let's go with, I'm going to start with a purple. Sure, we'll start with a purplish hue. I think that's a sticky note purple, isn't it, guys? Is it not? I don't know. Well, we're going to go with that, because I think most sticky notes and post-it notes are they're very, bright. That's the whole point of them. Alright, so we have one there. Now, to make this a lot easier on you guys, I want you to copy and paste the same one. So when you have that rectangle first one made, on that, click Edit and go to Copy. And then what you'll do is you're going to go back to Edit and you'll paste in front. And then what you're going to do is on the new active layer, that's now the new one, we're going to double click, oops, no, double click that. We're going to go back over here to our lovely color selection, and we're going to change it up. We're going to make it a green. Something like that. Now, you'll notice how it's very hidden. The purple is gone. It's not there. Well, don't quote me on this, but if you use your selection tool and use your arrow keys to move it upwards, you will eventually see your purple. Move it slightly upwards just so you see the purple, like you saw there. And you're going to keep doing that same step using various colors to create the size post-it note you want. I only, on my final outcome, did 3 colors because it kind of worked out that way. And it was easy. I didn't want to go too far into it. So once you have yours the way you like it, and you have your post-it notes made, I wanted to make a curled, folded effect on the post-it note. And in Illustrator, it's possible to do that, but there's so much involved in doing it. I didn't have the patience to sit and do that. So I decided to go into Photoshop and do the effect there, because I know how in Photoshop it's a lot more easier to do those kind of things than it is in Illustrator, because Illustrator is so precise and so different in many ways. So go ahead and now save your stack of post-it notes in Illustrator, or you can export them. That's cool too. Export works too. Export those into a PNG file, or you can do a PSD file too, whatever works, and then you can get rid of Illustrator for that. And now you're going to want to open Photoshop if you have it. If you don't have Photoshop, then I'm confused why you'd have Illustrator and not Photoshop, because you need both. So, alright, I opened a large document, and now when I opened my sticky notes, they came in a very small file. You'll notice how they came like that. I was not going to edit this tutorial in this particular setting, so I had to make a new document. I had to do it. So go ahead, and when you open your document with your sticky notes, do a Command X or Command AX or Control AX, whichever you're working with, and then you're going to paste them into your lovely background. That's a bit really zoomed in. Mine's very tiny. I didn't want to make too big of a sticky note thing, so that's how big they are. But I want to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see the actual work that's being done. So that's what mine looks like there. Now, what I have here, so they're right there. So now I'm going to add some text, because a sticky note wouldn't be a sticky note without text. So obviously I had text on top of it. And now with the text, because the sticky notes are in like a downwards position, I had to go and use perspective on my text. And if you know what that is, basically you have to type your text, and then you have to rasterize the text layer by right-clicking on the text layer, rasterize it, and then you're going to go and do a Control T, and then click perspective, and then you're going to morph it so that it works with the way the sticky note looks. So there's that. And again, you can use any font you want. I just happen to have a font called Marker Felt, and it just seemed perfect. So there we go. Now here's where the fun begins. We're going to now start going and making our page curl. Now page curls are kind of simple in Photoshop. They're not too difficult, but some people might say they are. It just depends on how you make them. What I did for mine is I went ahead and just did a lovely triangle in the corner. So make a new layer, and this layer must be above everything we've just done. So new layer, and we're going to be using the polygonal lasso tool. That will make a lovely triangle that we need. So make your triangle of any size you want. Doesn't necessarily matter. If you want your page curl to be large, then make a large triangle. If you want it to be small, then definitely make it small. But I'm going to make mine just like that. Okay, we have our lovely triangle. Now this triangle must match the color of the post-it note, otherwise it won't give it that lovely effect. So grab your eyedropper tool, select your post-it note color that's on top, and then do a Control backspace to make it suit the color, or Control or Command backspace, whichever, Alt or Control, depends on where your yellow is in your swatch. Okay, now we can get rid of the marquee that's around that, don't need it. So now we have to go and double click that layer. We are going to add a drop shadow. Yes, we are. Now, you need to alter these settings a tad to suit your particular one. Mine's at -150. I don't know if I need, do I want, ooh, hello. Okay, so we're going to uncheck global light, because apparently that's not really needed, so yay to that. Okay, our distance needs to be slightly, we're going to go with a 2 or 3. I think I might go with 3. Okay, 120-degree angle. on that. We are going to now alter the opacity a tad bit. I'm going to go with 40% to start with. I can always edit this if needed. Right now, to really curl it backwards, we need to now do a warp. Because, you know, warping is something you do in Photoshop. It's just what you do. So, go ahead and warp this so that it looks like it's curling. So, peel it back just a bit, like that. And, oh my god, guys, look at that. You have now page curled your lovely, lovely sticky note. Now, you can make your page curl different ways. I have one already made in here, too. And I'll show you what that looks like. This one is more of an upwards page curl. But you guys kind of get the drift of how you make page curls. You just use the warp tool. You kind of use a triangle in the corner and a drop shadow. And you basically have a page curl. Now, could you do this page curl on the bottom? Yes, you can. I just chose the right-hand corner because it was the most accessible corner for me. Again, guys, you can totally warp this any way you want. That's the basics. It's a basic Illustrator tutorial. I felt it was very simple. And again, I'm not really that swift and handy in Illustrator, so my Illustrator tutorials are kind of basic and kind of semi-lame, but eventually I might get more advanced and be able to do more stuff, but for now, that's what I got. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lovely tutorial this week. If you guys did, please hit like. I like likers. Likers are awesome. If you have any suggestions or anything you want to see on this channel, definitely comment below. You can follow me on all social media. All links are in the description box below. I will see you guys next week, and you have a fabulous week. Bye!